everybody. How are you, Coach?
I'm great.
Good
It's a
morning.
gloomy day, but I'm feeling good today.
Is it raining where you are?
It was,
Yeah,
but I needed that sun yesterday like none other.
I know. Did you get sun yesterday?
Yeah, did we? Or was it? It was. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I I decided that after working, it was nice out, and I was gonna go do some weeding and
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
got some
you.
yard work done.
Yeah. Yeah. We got well, yesterday was a complete blur to me. I don't think Monday's always my busy day.
Right.
And I need to rethink this strategy as a weight loss health coach because Mondays are extremely stressful and Mondays come after the weekend
Yes.
where clients are extremely stressed out. So I need
It's
to
really.
rethink my whole scheduling
Yeah.
analysis because
Maybe.
I literally I did work out, so I had let that go with the new company that that we have obtained with all of the new stuff that is being put in and certifying health coaches and rebranding and all of that stuff. I had let my I had just let my workout, put myself last like we tell our clients not
Yeah.
to.
Right.
And so, anyway, I had let that go. And I just determined on Sunday that this week I'm going to be at the gym 5 days. And I always don't recommend that to clients. I always say, do what you can do, right?
Yes.
The best workout is the one you're going to do. But I needed that extra push. And so I announced to our entire workout group that just so you know, I will be here 5 days this week. So I woke
Nice
up this
use of
morning.
power words.
I woke up this morning like, why did I do that?
Ah.
Because they're all waiting for me,
Yes, they are.
and that's why I was there. So yeah, how are you doing? What have you been doing in
We got
your?
in my yard workness. I got my exercise done.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, it does count. But yeah, things can just start to when the seasons change, the things can start to swallow you up.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
so and maybe you should think about not using Mondays as a work day, but pushing it as replacing that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
Friday.
replacing that
Yeah,
Friday.
I take Fridays off. I love Fridays. That is my self-care day.
Yeah.
I always put payroll in there and put
Yeah.
book work in there, and
Those are important.
I did take one a couple weeks ago. I took a full self-care day and it was the best day ever.
Yeah.
I just randomly showed up at my daughter-in-law's house and kissed the baby and I did whatever the heck I wanted that day. It was so much fun.
And
I ca-
it's really needed.
yeah, I called it lollygagging. That's what I did. But I do need to strategize my Mondays because yesterday I opened my office door at 9 a.m. No, actually it was 10 a.m. because I did work out yesterday. Walked into my office and I literally closed the office door at 10:30 last night. And it was back to back. I don't know. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
got to
You gotta
rethink that
rebalance it.
and rebalance. I got to do
Yeah.
what we tell our clients to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
literally yell at my clients sometimes. Why in the world are you not putting yourself first? Come on.
Right.
I need a coach.
It's like,
Do you have any availability in your schedule?
I don't know. I'm kind of booked.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not. I am not booked.
Good news. Good news. Our podcast dropped this morning. Tuesday
Yay!
mornings is an awesome day. That is when our big podcast drops every single
Yeah.
week. The one that we take time to record. We do a Thursday Encore where we replay this on our podcast on Thursdays. And then we have a Monday Mindset. But Tuesday is when our big podcast drops. And today we shook the bushes a little bit and we got into the deep weeds of the weight loss shot, Manjaro, Wegovy. And we talked about it. We talked about it in a very fair way, I believe.
I think so. I think so.
And as far as removing the emotion, because, you and I talked and we totally understand the emotion. We totally get it.
Yeah.
And I told you during that podcast, I probably would have been one because I was so desperate to get skinny. I probably would have fallen for that really, really sad journey because what we're seeing now is we're trying to play catch up as coaches with our schedules because people are rushing to us and saying, I am gaining weight back and I'm scared and I don't want to do it. And so we've helped them. We've been able to reverse their diet and help them so they don't regain the weight back. So we had to kind of change our strategy and our attitude about the shot. I got mad. Like, honestly, I get mad thinking about it, and I get really mad. You really set me off on an angry trail this morning when you posted what you did. I'm trying to tone my tone down a little bit. I'm trying to get off my soapbox, and here you are. You just jabbed me. Can you spell the word idiot? I mean, that is truly what these people are. The new study, we got to talk about it. The new study that came out, I think if I read that story right, there were 20 people that they gave a survey to, and they created this study that said intermittent fasting is going to cause you an early death because you're going to have a heart attack if you eat in an 8-hour eating window. How stupid do they think we are? I love that they did this. Honestly, I do. They showed their hands. These doctors showed their hands.
Yes. And here's the thing. Like, this is not something new. This is where a lot of our research has come from, by small amounts of research done with a particular type of person, or, fill in the gap.
Yeah.
It's fill in the spaces.
They didn't even ask them what they ate.
No. And the fact that, like, this gets us on soapboxes all the time. Like,
you know what?
These are, there's our soapbox. But just the fact that a lot of our historical research projects, and it's just like this book that we're reading, was based on somebody's religious beliefs.
Yeah.
That's
was that Mr. Kellogg? Was that Mr.
Kellogg? Yes. Based on his religious beliefs, was able to persuade these people to say that cereal and grains are good for you. But that's because he didn't do meat.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that is how a lot of these researches, these things that get in medical books,
can literally come from a survey of 20 people. I mean, a 2-year-old, my grandson could tell you, if he could talk, why intermittent fasting is a good thing. Why not eating crap is a good thing.
Yes.
Bottom line is, doctors are scared. Doctors are scared. Now,
I don't know what to do.
For every time I beat up on a doctor, I have to give a disclaimer that it is us lemmings who follow them. It is us lemmings who say, I would rather take a pill than change my diet.
Right.
I would rather go to the doctor, complain that I have my knee is hurting, I have arthritis, I have all of these things, and then come home and eat a bag of chips. Right? So it's us lemmings who allow them to do this.
Right.
It is us who give them permission. And in the same breath, I posted I got on my little soapbox after I said that I was not going to get controversial on Facebook. By the way, if you want to follow the Spicy Monica, I don't know if that has double meanings. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
I mean, you do you, boo.
If you want to follow the controversial Monica, go over to Twitter, because they don't ban me over there, right?
I had a cramp in my lungs.
Is that a new term for the youngins these days?
I don't know.
The spicy Monica?
I don't know. Anyway.
No. But I said I'm not going to get controversial on Facebook, because every time I do, I darn get banned. So I'm going to take the controversial stuff over to Twitter. You can go follow me over there for the real, for how I really feel.
Yes. Right.
But when you posted that, I, of course, reposted it. And I had a doctor post underneath there. He says, why aren't we taking an aspirin a day and eating a box of Cheerios every day? And he's one of the good ones. And so for every time we beat up on give a doctor a black eye, there's the good ones out there who truly care about their patients and who truly want well care, not health care. So,
absolutely. There are a lot of good ones out there. Yeah.
So that was a plug to, number one, go find our podcast.
Yes.
I don't think we haven't been banned over there so far. I don't know the rules of that. I don't know. I know Apple was a little slow, but I think we figured out our Apple problems.
They were helpful.
Yes. Our podcast hosting company is amazingly helpful, and go Lipson for that. Shout out to them for helping us fix Apple. But we just dropped the latest one. And the tactic we took over there about the weight loss drugs and the weight loss shots with Wegovy, Ozempic, semaglutide is an empathetic, compassionate one, because we understand the frustration that you're feeling of wanting to get rid of the body fat. You know, I was thinking about something this morning. I got a message from somebody who was trying to seek help for a family member, and we were talking about the fact that there's nothing that you and I can do to help them until they're ready. Mm-hmm. And I said, one of the tragic things that happened on the Oprah show this week was the avoidance of health, the avoidance and the responsibility that we have to fix our health. Yes. She just gave everybody a pass and said obesity is a disease. Mm-hmm. Obesity is not a disease, it's a choice. And it is a symptom of the root problem of what's going on. It's a symptom of type 2 diabetes. It's a symptom of PCOS. It's a symptom of food addiction. And food addiction is a progressive disease. It is a primary disease. Obesity is the secondary. So what Oprah did was she just handed out pass cards for you to remain sick in your body.
And pat on the back. Excuse.
Yeah, excuses. We've got to take ownership, and we've got to get rid of the excuses and say, you know what? I'm not going to treat my weight problem per se, but I am going to treat the type 2 diabetes. I am going to treat those things. I'm going to get rid of the inflammation in my body, and I'm going to make myself well. And by golly, the result of that unexpected result is weight loss.
Right.
So we took a compassionate, empathetic view of the weight loss shot because we understand what you're being fed right now. We totally understand the lies that you have been told. And so
and they know we feed on our emotions.
We do.
So
we do.
That's America now. We feed on our emotions. And so they say trauma. The trigger words like, you know, I just went blank on what the trigger words are.
Spicy? But, would it be spicy?
Spicy ones. But yeah, just the emotions that you're feeling when you are overweight, when you have these issues, when you want it off instantly, they're diving deep into it, and it's like a here, you're feeling this way. Here's an instant takeaway. But
here's an instant fix.
It's not.
Yeah. And we survived fen-phen. We survived the amphetamine days. We survived all of those things. And so our job as health coaches is to get in front of that and put a healing path together for those people who are on it and who are hurting their bodies. By the way, if you, I'm going to put these links up here right now. If you want to find us over in our podcast, we are called Beyond the Scale. And you can find us on Apple, Spotify. There's about 17 different podcasting platforms. We release a new podcast every single Tuesday. And so we're gonna
that's really, our goal, right?
That's our goal. That's our goal. We're in the studio every Thursday where we go to the podcast studio. Last week was hilarious because I put French doors because I have this bird. You can probably hear him. He's still out there.
I haven't heard him for a while.
Well, he's out there. And the last 2 days, he has been wild outside the French doors, the glass. But last week, we were recording the podcast. I look over, and there's this 7-foot Great Dane just standing there, just looking.
With his face smashed up against the glass.
And his nose boogers. And so why I got a French door with Great Danes?
I mean, it looks cute.
It is really cute.
Slobber.
There's peace in here. There's peace in this office.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So go check out our podcast. Today we're going to talk about a topic. We're not going to, I don't think there's any soapboxes today because we already got them out and we are already standing. You know what, Darcy, you got an assignment this week, and that is to create a feed, a noise for our soapbox so I can pull it out instead of having to do this.
Well,
we can just click the button and create a soapbox.
I made a little pad for that.
Huh?
That's another more equipment that we need to buy.
No, we don't need that. We just
one
need
that you push
sound.
a button and then it goes. It makes
that's
the sound.
what we need.
Well, that's the thing that we need to buy. Hey, if anybody wants to purchase a sound box for us,
a sound box with the soapbox sound particularly,
we can keep doing this.
We'll take it. I think the same would work over in Canva. I bet we could do the same with just clicking a button.
I love Canva.
I don't know, but let's talk about this today. So I am an addiction, licensed addiction specialist, food addiction in particular. And a lot of times I pull out, and this is what we did last night in our weight loss support group. We just pulled out an addiction lesson because 80% of us are actually food addicted. Okay, carb, sugar, all of that. We are processed food addicts. And so I do a lot of study in this line of work because that's what my clients suffer from, right? And so I was reading this week in our curriculum, and the first sentence of this book was, "Getting bored in your recovery is usually one of the first signs of relapse." And I read that and I reread that, and I thought, my gosh, this isn't just for our addiction clients. This is for everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Because everybody, it's not a matter of if you go through it, it's a matter of when. And we disagree with those health coaches out there, minus a tiny little minority of people who are able to do this, of intuitive eating. We don't believe that that's the case. Especially, we know it's not the case when we want to reverse diseases. So our line of coaching goes beyond weight loss. We go way beyond weight loss, and our concern is reversing the diseases of human civilization. That is our one and only goal, right? And so having that goal, we cannot go with the intuitive eating, because the harm that sugar, carbohydrates, ultra processed carbohydrates, and processed foods cause. You can't reverse those diseases if you're intuitively eating, because my intuition right now says, I just got done with the gym. I should be able to go across town right now and get a big thing of onion rings.
Yeah, right.
That's what my intuition says. My intuition is broken. And so it's not a matter of if this happens, it's a matter of when. Because there are certain foods that I choose to keep out of my body. I choose. It's a choice for me, right? And so it's not a matter of if. So Darcy, take us into this world of boredom eating.
Okay.
When you have a client that comes to you and says, listen, I just am really, really bored. Number one, I don't understand that sometimes, because we get to eat everything. We get to eat whole foods. I mean, there's things we don't eat. So what do you tell that client when you sit down with them? You're getting ready to open the session. You sense that this client is bored, because we a lot of times can do some intuitive coaching as well. We kind of tell by their faces what's going on. What do you tell a client? And what is the definition of boredom? What does that look like when a client comes to you and says, I'm bored? What does that typically mean?
So when they are bored, I was going a different way than you were.
Okay. Well, so I'll follow. You lead, I'll follow.
No, it's so when a client is getting bored, you can start to see some things based on their tracking, based on, their daily actions, their emotions, all these things start to align. So what, like you said, that intuitive type of being able to read into somebody.
Yeah, the squirrel syndrome.
Yeah. You can start to see things being like, I'm not as joyful. I'm not in this honeymoon phase anymore. And you can just see that on a client. So, when it depends on what they're doing as a person. And we have a list of them here of like the different causes of this boredom. So we kind of see where they are feeling, what are they doing? What are their actions during the day, weekly? I don't know, whatever they're doing. We kind of start to question them, like, okay, what's going on? Like, what is causing this boredom? So, are we going to go through this list?
Yeah, let's go through them. Yeah. And when you go through these, kind of keep a mindset of where is the one that your clients struggle with the most when you go through this list here.
Okay. So one of the very first one, and I had no idea what a laurel was, but I learned this last night, and it makes sense. Without that phrase, I kind of understood what, and I've seen this in clients and even in myself.
Yeah.
But resting on your laurels. Good for you if you've known this. I know this is when you're satisfied with the accomplishments that you've done, and you're not really, like, you're okay with not moving forward. Like, I'm good with this. Look what I did already. Yeah. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like your set mindset. Somebody who's a fixed mindset, that they're good. They don't feel the need to grow. They're done. But by golly, that is not the case. If you feel like you're done growing, then we need to have a different outlook.
So maybe they're satisfied with the number on the scale.
Yes.
But they don't necessarily, they've started to eat more sloppily.
Yes.
And they've started to forget the health impacts. They started to forget that their goal on the front side was to reverse their type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
And they're happy with the scale, but they'd rather slip in some of that sugar again and not really care about reversing diabetes because they're happy with the scale.
Yeah.
So they're resting on their laurels because, well, I can get a little bit sloppy.
Right.
Right.
Even to that point, like when you even hit your weight goal and you start to maybe add some things, slip-ins, but the thing that you could do is just like this client is talking about, like she's wanting to do some more healing. So that might be like focusing on what can I do in my life that gets rid of some toxins in my life that is causing my body havoc. For me, I figured out my face was starting to break out a lot more. And I know we go through phases like that. I don't think it's age. It's now about gut health. So looking into things like that. So when you get to one point, you got to look for something else that you can do to improve your health style. Right. So the next one that would be a cause of boredom is trying to stay clean today on what you did yesterday. So I know that like yesterday with our group, we kind of talked about two different ways to look at this. So one way is if you made mistakes yesterday, you're going to try to fix what you did yesterday. There's that one. Right. Or what was the other perspective on that?
Or if I, like you said, if I messed up yesterday, I'm going to overcompensate, to fix that yesterday. Or if I want to, you can reverse that as well. If I want to, if I want to work on tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and cheat today because I'm going to fix it tomorrow.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of hard to flip flop those in your brain.
It was.
But that's true. We have a lot of people who do that.
Yes.
Intentionally cheat.
Yes. Because then tomorrow's, yes, we like the phrase, tomorrow's a new day. But here's the thing. If you think about it, every second's a new second. So if you have that mindset, well, if another second is another second, and I cheat, it's like another clean slate. But if you keep going backwards and doing the same thing over and over again, you're stuck in a cycle, right?
Well, and in the addiction world, in the food addiction world, everybody, when we talk about relapse, everybody has an intentional relapse. So when I have a client who's getting ready to go on an activity or going on a retreat or something, in the back of their mind, they have already relapsed. And so that makes it okay for them to relapse when they're actually at the conference. And so until you get in front of that and to prevent that, automatically your mind, it's not even a conscious thing. It's your mind who's already relapsed and decided that you're going to cheat, right? It's subconscious. So that's a big one.
Loaded. The next one would be, this one is being a spectator rather than a participator in recovery. So I use this again in group where like, if you show up, cool, you showed up. But if you're just watching and not participating, not having some input on things, then you're just there's no growth point for you. If you're just there and you're like, oh, I'm good. Or you could even come to a group and you share all the things and don't give a moment for yourself to have personal growth. Like, I think that as a spectator as well, like you're just watching, even though, I've done all this already. There's no room for me to grow.
I don't need to come to class.
We're good.
They say 75% of self-help books are still on the shelf. And the same applies to somebody who pays. We have a weekly support group support, weight loss support. It's keto based, but you can come. Everybody. We have people who have subscribed to this service who've never come. Never come to one meeting. And it's $59.99 a month, and they still they don't come to group. And so even when you pay for an in-person support, 75% of the self-help books are sitting back there on the shelf,
Right.
not being used. Hey, Darcy, let's take time for a quick break. We'll be right back. We want to give you an opportunity to grab a coupon code. By the way, if you're watching the comment section in our social media, I just dropped a freebie in there. It is a meal prep freebie. Make sure you go check out our comments. And by the way, if you wouldn't mind, please like and share, subscribe to all of these. We are on about 9 different stations right now. Like, share, subscribe so that you are aware when we go live and when you're aware that we drop a podcast. Sometimes we just do it randomly, right? So make sure you grab this coupon code at the end of this commercial, and we'll see you when we get back. Are you tired of those pounds that just won't come off? Are you ready for a real change? Dive into KM Health Coaching's signature weight loss program and start transforming your relationship with food and your body today. In just 3 months, you can shed those stubborn pounds and break free from emotional eating. With personalized coaching, a supportive community, and our breakthrough technology, you're set for success. Imagine weekly sessions tailored just for you. A group system where you can grow together, and technology that tracks every triumph. It's all here at KM Health Coaching. Now, exclusively for Beyond the Scale listeners, use code Beyond the Scale for $25 off. Start your journey to healing and happiness right now. Visit us, use the code Beyond the Scale, and embark on your wellness journey with KM Health Coaching's signature weight loss program. Your new beginning starts right now. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Back.
Again, make sure you check out our comment section. I just dropped a link to a meal prep freebie that you can go sign up for and have it delivered straight to your inbox. So Darcy, let's go a little bit further. We talked about not showing up.
Yeah.
Not showing up was the last one.
Well, this is kind of what we started with, is the balance of things. You just talked about your balance, Monica.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the importance of, not having any balance in your life, because you are, either saying yes to everything. Mm-hmm. You are either putting everybody else's needs first. You are either, whatever your personal day looks like, if you are not able to balance your own self-care so that you can then feed into others, then you're going to easily get so overwhelmed. Like, I know for me, if I start to get a little anxious when I have a lot on my list and I know there's A, B, and C needs to be done, my health is going on the back burners. I know that's first. Yep. And then, because I'm either not going to eat, or I'm just going to grab whatever's in the pantry for handfuls of things, which causes carb creep. Or, you go to the point of get where you just kind of give up. Like, I become a sloth then. Like, I have no encouragement to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I've got too much to do. So that's where my to-do list comes in, so that I can get it out of my head and know, that was not too bad, or say no to things.
And if you've already backed out of the groups and your support system, you sink deep into a ditch. You sink into a pit, and it's really, really hard for you to get out of that because you have ditched your people. The people that you are supposed to be with in your weight loss support group or your setup that you've got, you've ditched them. And so they're not going to be there to help you out because you've left that group. So now you're lower in the pit, and your eating starts to shift. You start to lose that accountability, and the carb creep starts to come back. You start to say, well, a little bit's not going to hurt me. And then when you get to that point, it is hard to get you out of that pit. Yeah. It is hard for you to come back after that pit.
Yep. Which it means the next one would be going to when you're not having fun anymore. Yeah. We talked about the honeymoon phase at the very beginning of this, of, where you're excited. This is something new. And then people I see this trend of people all in, they're ready to go. And then when something's not going their way, like maybe the scale's not moving fast enough like it was at the beginning, or they start to be like, I've been eating chicken every single day since I got here.
And
What,
that's a
like,
natural propensity
it is.
to go to the same thing all
They
the
go
time.
to the extreme
Mm-hmm.
to then the point where that extreme starts to be like, oh, well, I really don't enjoy this right now.
Yeah.
That means you're not doing the variety of, you're making it not fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have any other thoughts on
And
that
we have a responsibility to make it fun. Like, it's not just going to, the food's not just going to jump on your plate. It's not. The healthy food especially. Now, you know what jumps on your plate are those end caps at the grocery store that are paid for by big pharma and big food companies. Those things will jump right on your plate with no problem. The healthy food's not going to just jump on your plate. So you're going to have to put some planning into it. Yeah. You're going to have to do some meal prep. Even, and I always say, okay, meal prep is great. I'm not a great meal prepper, but I know that it's there for me when I'm ready to. I know that if I'm truly bored, because I've crossed the line of cheating's not an option. Cheat days are not an option for me because I've changed my health. I have reversed all of those diseases of human civilization. I do not want those diseases back, right? So for me, cheating and cheat days, those are a choice, and those are not ones that I make. So I have to be okay with being bored, or I have to have a plan together. And it's my choice to put that plan together. So what I say is, if you've been eating, if you're currently living the ketogenic lifestyle and you've been eating a lot of meat, for example, you've been eating a lot of meat because you know it's safe, you eat a lot of eggs, you're eating the same things every day. I'm saying do the opposite of that and go light. Go with some berries. Go with a salad. It's time to bring those tasty foods out. Create a keto lasagna. Create something that is absolutely yummy. Go to Baked by Vi up here in New Paris, Indiana, and go get one of her amazing blueberry scones. Amazing, right? Yeah. It's time to get something, do something completely opposite of what you're doing. If, on the other side of that, if you have got, because those things can be bad, right? You can have too many berries. You can have too many keto treats. That can stall you. If you have been living over here, take it back to safety. Take it back to the meats and the cheeses and the, and those kinds of things. So do the opposite of what is making you bored right now.
And thinking outside of the box too. Like, I encourage clients to be like, if you're missing out on something and it's not keto that you're, then find something to ketoize it. The only thing I've never really found something to ketoize is Chinese food, which is
and popcorn.
Those are the two things out of all of the different types of foods in this world that, I cannot replace.
Yeah. And you can go get, steamed chicken and steamed broccoli and steamed veggies at a Chinese, but you better bring your own fats because you're going to leave there very, very hungry.
Right.
So
thinking outside of the box, get creative. Yeah. Like I was just talking with a client about salmon patties. Usually salmon patties are created with breading and all this stuff, but there's ways of creating a salmon patty that's super simple and still keto.
Yeah. Chicken nuggets. Have you ever tried those?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that for lunch today.
Yeah.
How do you make yours? I get a can of chicken, one without the cornstarch and all of that. Yeah. If it does, by the way, don't let perfection get in the way of progress. If it does have not great ingredients, I just wash it off. It off in the sink. But I put almond flour, an egg, and some mozzarella cheese. What do you do for your chicken nuggets?
I like the cheddar cheese to be.
Cheddar?
To mix it because mozzarella cheese doesn't really have any flavor.
That's a good idea.
So it makes more of a savory.
Yeah, and you just you pound it together, put it in the air fryer. 8 minutes.
I've also done breaded chicken tenders too, and you can cut those up, but you can make them in small chunks too. If you want the whole chicken, you can do breaded. I meant panko and Parmesan cheese and an egg.
So
those,
good.
and I did that recently without any almond flour. So if you're looking for a lower carb, then that is probably your better choice. But
the panko, right?
Yes,
that's
panko.
Yep. Yeah, and sometimes the almond flour has a funny taste, or it's a little crunchy. Sometimes I put my almond flour in the Ninja, blend it in the food processor to make it fine. It fine. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Or you can buy an extra fine. I use that for my 90-second bread, so it's more of a bread texture.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So spice it up.
Fun.
But it's going to take some work. Yep. This stuff does not come without work, but being healthy comes at a cost. Being sick comes at a bigger cost, but you got to put some work into it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to put these next two things together, or actually the next three things, because it's talking about fear of change. The fear of change, not wanting to be out of your comfort zone. Then there is one, not going to new meetings or going places to meet new people. Like you are stagnant.
Yeah.
That's where you are. You're stagnant in your pond, and you're okay with that. But you're going to, again, go to that point where you're going to get bored.
Yep.
And you're going to wonder why you're bored. And you are letting your fear control you. That's the other thing. So fear of change is something that is going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. And remember what we said the first part of the show today, that getting bored in your recovery is the first sign of relapse. Yeah. If you have any symptoms of being bored right now, you better fix it, and you better fix it quick.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to do it.
Get uncomfortable. Yeah. Get uncomfortable, meeting new people that are maybe like-minded, that will help you with your journey, to share recipes with even. Like, that's fun. And then going through the meetings, if you're going to a meeting or going to a group that is a support group, go to those and participate. Like, get out of your comfort zone so that you can grow a little bit more. So then once you get used to that little section, I think of it as like every time that you do something to step out of your comfort zone, you're going to stay in that for a little bit. You're going to get used to it, and then you're comfortable in it again. So then you're going to expand it again. So every time you expand it, then your circumference is a lot larger than what it was. That is a growth mindset. You need to get uncomfortable to have that growth mindset.
That's right. By the way, happy birthday, Toby Avi Boyer.
Oh,
it's her birthday today.
Is it my birthday today?
No, it's my daughter-in-law's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Yes, the mommy of my grandbaby. Squirrel. Happy birthday to you.
Go ahead, Monica.
No, that's all you get.
No.
You have to go to my spicy channel for the other. Is that really a thing? Or is it? No, I don't think it is.
Sounds like it could be.
I don't think it is. I don't know. Let me know. Is that a thing? Is the spicy channel a real thing?
The more you say it, I guarantee it is. Just keep saying it.
See, the good thing about the podcast, it is screened. This is live, not screened.
We would have had to redo that podcast over.
We would have had to figure out how to edit.
A spicy channel. We would have been like halfway through and be like, no, we can't do that. We can't say that.
No. The CEO of KM Health Coaching has admitted. Oh my gosh. Channel. Too funny.
Anyway, hey y'all.
Get this show under control.
This is really important.
Hey, the numbers went up. The numbers just went up. I get a little text when somebody joins the channel. Just saying.
Spicy channel. Anyway,
I have a lot of opinions, and
right. Everybody
Facebook hampers those opinions.
Yes.
And people say, Monica, you should not have opinions if you own a company. You know, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
Well, you want honesty, or do you want people to show you lies and try to make a research paper and tell you that fast?
This is why I'm not an intuitive coach. This is why I tell you, you want to get healthy, this is what we do. It's not working. How's it working for you, right?
Because apparently it didn't work for our ancestors.
It did not.
No. They all died at the ripe old age.
What is the number one boredom cause for our clients? Think about it.
Again, it comes down to bio-individuality. Like some people, I think it comes down to the giddiness of doing something new, and they overexerted themselves.
I love that. Yes. Mine is martyrs. I have a lot of keto martyrs.
Yes.
I can't
go to that party because they have nothing but cake.
Yes.
I can't go. I can't join my family on vacation because they're all going to be doing their thing that they normally do.
Yeah, that is. And what did you say before that? Because that was the other thing. Those two things were the big ones. What did you say? Being overly overly stimulated, overly excited when they first start their journey, jumping in, wanting to be perfect, and figuring out they can't be perfect. Somebody on Facebook, I can't see who it is, Facebook user says, I have a B-Day party tonight at Dairy Queen. I know to pre-plan, no stress. Yeah, you eat before you go to that party.
That was my mother-in-law.
That was your mother-in-law? She's beautiful. I love it. So she knows, and I know she's not cheating. There's some, I'd wonder, okay, let's plan this out. But no, she's going to eat before she goes. She's going to make sure her belly is full, and she knows the poison that happens when you. So there's no way that woman's cheating.
Yes. No.
I think she'd probably do a starvation protest before she would cheat.
Right.
She's that stubborn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it just goes to show you get to that another type of mindset where you've had your aha moment of like, why do I want to feel miserable like I used to every single day?
I always hope our clients cheat. I hope they cheat. In my care, I usually have clients for about 3 months to about... Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. That's what I secretly hope. I hope they cheat when they're in my care, because when they do... It's a mess. They're in the bathroom. They have diarrhea. They are sicker than dogs, but they get to experience firsthand the damage that sugar causes. Yes. And they're like, oh, I never want to go there again. So the clients who come to us and stay perfect the whole time, just while they're in our care, those guys don't get to experience it. And then when they graduate, they're like, oh, then they have then they tend to drift away from program.
Absolutely.
The ones who cheat the first time, they never do it again because sugar is so damaging and so harmful. It's
the
crazy.
Other ones I find may not have their why figured out just yet.
Yep.
They think that like the shot, that this can be done short term.
Yeah.
But we have to think of long-term lifestyle change. And some people just don't get there yet. No. Until they think they can do it on their own. Yeah. And then they get stuck in a pit or with a situation that has never occurred to them before, like vacations. Right. And then they're like, or somebody in their family that they absolutely love gets sick. Like that's another one. Like there's a lot of life altering things that are going to come at you.
A lot of squirrels that are going to come at you right now. Yeah. I've been in the weight loss space for 7 years now. I've never seen so many crazy, dangerous ideas. And I know fen was very dangerous. Those amphetamines and the heart disease they caused. And we made it through those days, but I've never seen. Now we are talking because of the weight loss shot, because these MLM companies are being starved of their funds. Now they're coming up with crazy concoctions. I read yesterday an Ozempic drink. All of these things and even the different kinds of diets. Money. We'll have clients come to us. Well, my friend told me about this. My friend said, well, maybe paleo's better. My friend said maybe carnivore's, but they lose focus of their specific journey, even though their specific journey's working if they work it, right? Right. It's not working because you're cheating. Yes. Right? If it's not. So the squirrel syndrome causes them to look at all of these overeducation. I've seen several clients come through who are overeducated. Yeah, you did it. I remember. I did it. I remember that.
I didn't know what was up. I didn't know what was down. I didn't know like right or left because everybody had something to say about it that did not align.
Yeah. And so we were confused. I did it too.
So I went back to the basics.
Back to the basics. What worked? And that was the best wisdom that I ever gotten. It was from a beautiful, I love our people in our health space. I don't even have to agree with them about carbs or about if they're feeding their people healthy food, unprocessed foods. I love them. They're in my space, right? Yeah. And so I remember, listening to those guys and saying, well, maybe they're not completely wrong. And one of the people, and she wasn't even on my team. She wasn't even on the keto team. She said, Monica, what worked for you? What has worked for you and your clients? back to the basics we went. We took away all of the extra software that we had bought. We took away all of the extra formulas. We learned a new way to create macros, and it was a scientific way. It was all of these numbers, and we were like, oh, we are so smart. We know all these new numbers. What worked? What worked for your clients? Go back to the basics.
Yeah.
And that's, our clients go through the same thing. They see squirrels, they see shiny objects. Typically, when they see a lifestyle or a diet that they wouldn't want to try, it's not somebody who's lost 120 pounds. It's one of those young, fit, healthcare right out of high school who I'm sure has great ideas, but they've never been overweight a day in their life. They've never had to keep weight off. And so they start to see these things that work for these people who can eat 2,400 calories, who are not in menopause, who are not in perimenopause, who don't have that belly weight on their middles yet. Bless their hearts. They will. Right. So yeah, the squirrel syndrome is and that's not necessarily a boredom tactic, but it really does fall under this.
Yeah, it does. So, it really does. Squirrels are cute, though. We need to have a different.
Really cute.
They're really cute.
They're really cute. Well, that's why they call it squirrels, because they're so cute. We follow them.
That's true. And they do jump at you. That's true.
We would not call it the bear syndrome because I am not.
I like bears too.
They do not.
We could call it spicy syndrome.
Oh dear.
Different spices.
Lots of spices. Oh wow. So let's just bring it home here because we went over about 15 extra minutes today.
Okay.
It's all right. Okay.
We're getting used to talking a lot longer with our podcast, so we have a lot to say.
The thing of our lives, when we record in the studio for the podcast, we don't have, I look for your signals. Like we have certain signals that
I can't be picking my nose.
When the other one wants to say something, and we want to run this thing together smoothly, we have all these, we can't do the signals when we're live. Right. So, and we have to remember,
I can't be like,
no. I can't do
that.
You could. You totally could.
I could do it. I could do it. The secretive one.
Yeah, we could do a secretive toss, but we can't do that when we're live. And things come out of our mouths that we can't bring back, when we're live. So pick your podcast. Pick your podcast. Take a. This one will be aired on Thursday on our podcast.
I like this though. I feel a little bit more relaxed. People can see who we really are.
Yes.
The spicy side and all. Like, I like this.
They can. Yeah. Let's bring it home. So if you have this threat of being bored, you need to get a hold of your coach. We're talking to our clients right now. We know you're listening to us.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll have somebody in a session say, were you talking about me in your podcast?
Stop talking.
No,
we're not.
We're not talking to you, but we are right now. If you are feeling the boredom, you need to alert your coach. Number one, if you've not scheduled your session with your coach, don't do it. Don't skip a session with your coach. If you are not coming to group, do not talk to us about being bored because we give so many tips every single Monday. We're going to meet at noon next Monday. If you're not there, why not? We are giving you massive tips during these sessions. These are private sessions with our clients, right? Every Monday. If you're not there, why? Okay. Number two, if you're not a client of ours and you're getting bored and you're like, gosh, I just need to get this weight off. I am so sick of living with PCOS. I'm so sick of the doctor telling me every single time that we've got to get the weight off. I'm so sick of that. I need to know the solution as to how, but I've tried everything. I can't do it by myself. This is when you bring in a coach. Our signature program is 3 months. If we have you through 3 months, we can get you through the dark times. My schedule is pretty much full. Darcy has about 3 openings left. If you want to grab one of those, please message her. She will leave her link in the bio. That's a TikTok. She'll leave her link in the comment section. Please set up a strategy call. Please set up a health assessment. She will walk you through that. I think I have 1 space left. But ours, I say that very reluctantly after yesterday, because I'm still recovering from my Monday.
Right.
I had a precious client tell me yesterday, because I had a session at 9 p.m. due to the governor's debate here. And she's like, Monica, you can cancel our session. It's okay. And I said, no. I do not cancel addiction sessions. Those sessions are life or death. And so I did it. I pulled it off. Till about 9:30, and I was
need to have a little extra vitamins.
I do. I'm going to make some chicken nuggets. That's what I'm having for lunch. I'm so glad we discussed that, because I'm like, what am I going to have for lunch?
I made some great chicken salad yesterday. And Mark's like, I could have you make this again.
Good. Now that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Right?
Hey, if you're needing help, we are here to help you. We understand. If you're on the shot, please, 4 months before you get off of it. We need you 4 months before you're off of it. We want you still shooting your belly while you're on the shot, while we have you, because we will be doing a reverse diet as you are weaning yourself off. We're going to put you on something called Acromansia 500. You're going to do that. There's a complete system on how to get you off of that without gaining your weight back. We want to teach you how to do it. Don't have shame. I don't care how you lost the weight. I don't care if you came to me from Octavia. We're going to work hard and we're going to fix what they broke. Okay? Yes. And so there's no shame. There is a lot of shame right now in the weight loss world over these shots. A lot of shame. Skip the shame, come and learn how to do it right so that you don't gain the weight back as you come off of it. All right. We are here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this will be live. This will not be live on a podcast on Thursday. We do Thursday Encore. So this will be plopped into our stations. If you wouldn't mind, would you mind going to find our podcast and giving us feedback?
That would be great.
That is a really big help. We found with the algorithm, it's a really, really big help to get our message out there. Would you go over there, find our podcast, Beyond the Scale? I posted in the comment section links
Health
to Apple.
Health and
Wellness.
Yes.
Beyond the Scale. Health and Wellness, is that the last? Yes, Health and Wellness. Because
weight loss.
Weight loss and wellness. It was not clicking for me. Weight loss.
No, weight loss. I don't even know what it is.
There's a lot of Beyond the Scale podcasts. So ours is weight loss and wellness.
You'll see our faces.
Yep. You'll see it. Yeah. So
and
we're so glad you joined us today. We had record attendance today in the session. I just know it's about the Spicy Channel. I just know.
They want to know where it is. Go to you know what makes it even better? You know what I mean? The Spicy Channel is on the X.
It is. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Anyway,
we should probably, after workout, have our protein before we go live. Probably be safer for our viewing audience.
That's fine.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, right?
Right. We're fine. People like us. Not everybody.
Here's something. So I have fired up my Twitter account. I fired it up this weekend. I found my people over there, by the way.
Nice.
And so apparently, when you use the Twitter hashtag bacon, the vegans come after you.
Oh,
that's what my friend Christine said. She said, "Do not use hashtag bacon because the vegans,
all those other
their minds are blown."
You could use.
Yeah.
We talk about but.
Go find me over on Twitter, y'all. If you want a little
spicy X factor,
go over there. I put it all in the tail. I put politics out there. I put everything out there.
Please rename it the Spicy X Factor. Can you please rename your?
No.
Go find Monica at the Spicy.
My pastor watches this. Oh gosh. All right, y'all. We will see you next Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're so glad you joined us today. Have a great day.
Toodaloo.